So let me ask you something. Giannis,
less reckless.
do you think he could? I just don't know if I want to trade for Giannis. That was one of his landing spots. It's been talked about quite a bit on the radio. I've seen it and you've probably seen it too.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I would. I want Giannis. I don't know if Giannis would be a fit here. He's 30. And what they have to give up, what I've seen they had to give up, I don't know if I'd be willing to give up all of that.
Well,
why can't you just keep what you have and maybe pick up a couple extra pieces of what? I mean, listen. They could have easily beat a Knicks team in the playoffs this year. You know, it's not like they got blown out.
Made a lot of mistakes.
They did, but they're young.
Cade didn't make a lot. What you need is when Cade's off, you need another gun. You need another gun. Giannis would be the gun.
Giannis could be the gun, but to give up like Duren, Ivey, Holland, and 3 first-round picks, doesn't that just seem like? I know you're getting Giannis is.
I don't care about the picks. I don't care. I could care less about picks. Giving up, what you said like that. But for Giannis, he's 30. He's going to play for another 6-7 years. You get a rim protector. You get kind of an unstoppable. Giannis, he just can't shoot free throws. But you get a lot with Cade. Help. So the NBA is going to say, if you want to play big boy basketball, go get him. Go get him to get beyond the second round. I hear what you're saying.
I just feel like they went so far, and these guys are the guys that they're talking about giving up for Giannis. I feel like these guys can be, they're young too. Why don't you build that and then just add your pieces? Kind of like how the Pistons added Aguirre down the road. You know what I'm saying? And then they went out and got a Ben Wallace. But it wasn't anybody, or in Rashid.
Well, Rashid was a star.
Rashid, yeah.
Rashid was a star.
Right.
So what you do,
I just feel like that is a lot. I mean, Duren played very well for them this year. Ivey is still kind of an unknown. He was playing well before he broke his leg. Holland kind of, is kind of a spark plug, I thought.
But we always say,
wouldn't you rather have more guys that were on the bench that can help you than have, let's say, a Giannis, and then you don't have those 3 guys that you can go to?
But see, those bench guys, can they score like Giannis? That's the thing. But
Giannis is getting older, 30.
He's still 30.
What we talked about peak years. What, 28 to 27?
He's a champion. He knows how to win.
That's true.
30 still relatively, once you get to like 34, 35.
But what I'm saying, though, is I think when you look at it, bringing superstars to your team doesn't automatically translate into winning a NBA championship. You seen Durant in the Suns, highest payroll in the NBA.
Yeah.
Took a dump in the bed, and no playoffs. How many times did it take LeBron to win in Miami when he went there?
Yeah, but he had a superstar.
Yeah.
So you need this. I believe in that. I'm a firm believer in that. You need the superstar.
Okay, but you said you need 2 superstars?
Yeah, 2. You 2. The only one that didn't was Zeke.
But do you think that could happen again?
With what? What do you mean?
With just one superstar, and you get the players around him?
No. It ain't going to happen with Cade by itself. Not with that. It can't.
And you said you wouldn't want to see a Devin Booker here.
I like Devo, but rim protect, some length, rim protect, and Giannis can get to the rack. Giannis is, out of all the free agents, let me put it like that, I would get him, then Book. That's what I would do. If Giannis is, he would be the first one. They mentioned Zion. No.
Oh, God, no. I wouldn't want to see him.
They liked him because him and Trajan have a history over in New Orleans, and they saying Trajan can get him, where he needs to be. But
I don't think so, man.
Giannis is kind of a one-time. If you want to swing for the fence, that's him. That's him.
But do you more?
But the Pistons will still be okay without him. They just won't. I don't think they'll get over a championship hump. If they had Giannis, they beat the Knicks. They do.
Well, I think Giannis is a great ball. I mean,
Cade didn't make
he's a great
shots
player.
down the end.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm looking at the long term.
Yeah.
Like, here you drafted well. These guys you drafted these guys, and then now you're kind of these guys. All three of those guys that were on that mock trade. And we talked about mock trades before.
Yep.
Most of them are bogus anyway. I just feel like that's a lot to give up.
Yeah.
For a superstar, which and like I said, I love Giannis. I think Giannis is great.
And keep in mind, you mentioned Durant's 36. He's 35. Giannis is 30.
But do you think Giannis? I mean, think about it though. He's only won one, and Milwaukee kind of went into turmoil after.
Yeah,
after
as soon as
that.
Doc Rivers got there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what happened.
But they got rid of the guy. They got rid of the head coach. That got him that won the championship for him with him because they couldn't get along. So do you think Giannis could fit well in the locker room with Bickerstaff?
The reason why is because he sees what they're doing. Everybody likes to jump onto a winner. Pistons are winning. They're young. Giannis is still 30. Yeah, he'll get along with Bickerstaff. Absolutely. I think he'll be fine with them. I think he'll be fine with them. He didn't get along with Dame. He had some issues. I think they had it, but he goes to because the Pistons are structured better. There's no egos. So yeah, and they need some defense, some more defense to help. I think some length. So yeah, if you can get him, Why not?